Okay, so getting into fighting games is not a simple prospect. I mean, where does one begin? Do you begin with the two most recognizable ones, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat? Or do you go more niche, like Bloody Roar, Killer Instinct, Soul Calibur, there's Virtua Fighter, there's Kina Fighters, there's Super Smash Brothers, that counts. There's all kinds of fighters. And one of the big ones is Tekken. It's one of the only few that had a somewhat decent film, at least in my opinion. I know that's going to be very contentious for a lot of people, but we're not reviewing the Tekken movie today. We are reviewing the very first Tekken video game. A game that came out 30 years ago, in the year of 1995. Yes, I understand Tekken first released in arcades in 1994, but we are not talking about that one. We are talking about the PlayStation version. And admittedly, that was not a very good year for Tekken. That's a particular vintage I am not crazy about. So, let's get into it. By the way, I'm not doing a tips and tricks video for this game just because I didn't come across anything that really was like a aha moment for me. So, I'm not giving up on those, just I didn't see enough content was there to make one for this game, at least that I could make one for this game. And then also, at the time of this video recording, the first Tekken is still available on the PlayStation 3 store and comparable with the PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation Vita. Not so much the PlayStation Portable, since that store's been shut down and you'd have to like probably jailbreak your PSP to be able to get to play on that. But when it was still active, you could play this on the PSP. It was powerful enough to be able to run PlayStation 1 games. And I managed to play this on my PlayStation Vita, which I probably should have played on the PS3. Just the controls are a little not designed for fighting games. Like the PlayStation Vita controls are very tiny, and it's just it's not ideal. But I did play this on a PlayStation Vita, and this is one that was available on the PlayStation 3 Marketplace, so I can also play it on the PlayStation 3 system. It is a little hard getting stuff over from the PS3 system, but that's another story for another time. So, going into Tekken, look, I'm just going to come out and say it. This thing is hard to look at. The facial animations are literal nightmare fuel. I mean, oh my gosh, these are the things nightmares are made of, especially martial law. What the hell is going on with martial law? I don't know what's going on. It is haunting to look at. But, I mean, this was, like, right when the PS1 launched. A lot of people did not know how to do 3D cutscenes. It was new territory, so I can give it a little bit of slack for that, but not much. It's just, it is hard to look at. And, I mean, it's just... yeah, just not pleasant to look at all. I mean, yes, this was one of the first 3D fighting games out there, and before this point, everything was sprites. So, I mean, it was new ground, it was doing kind of a Pathfinder thing, but, I mean, it still was rough. Now, Tekken also, this first Tekken game actually won several world records, Guinness World Records, which, for a game that looks like this, is impressive. And I pulled these up just so I didn't get them wrong, but like, the first PlayStation game to sell over 1 million units, impressive. First fighting game to feature simulated 3D, and a record for the best-selling fighting series for PlayStation consoles. So that's really impressive that Tekken has been able to grab those 3 world records. I mean, just even though it's going up against more recognizable named series like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I mean, that's really impressive that Tekken's been able to do that. And like the fighting in this game does feel a little bit rudimentary to me. Keep in mind, it's important to understand, I am a person that loves fighting games and I suck at them. It's kind of like with pool. I love playing pool, I suck at pool. And so for any of you who are watching this, they're getting ready to go in the comments, well, you need to get good, noob. You're just wasting your time, okay? Be more productive with that, because I already know that I suck at fighting games. So you don't have to tell me that I suck at fighting games. I already know it. But as just a casual person who enjoys button mashing on a fighting game, the fighting did come off as a little rudimentary to me. And this isn't just a Tekken series thing, because those later Tekken games that they've greatly improved the fighting. So it's just, this was earlier on in 3D fighting. This game was thrown together with bale wire and tape. There's like 3 modes in this game. There's the arcade mode, which lets you place each character through the other characters. There's a 2v2 mode, and then there's an options menu, and that's it. There's no practice mode. There's not even a list for moves. So unless you have internet, you have to just figure that shit out by yourself. There's no like command move list in the menu. There's no theater mode. There's no online mode that I could find. It's literally just couch co-op, you against one person, the arcade mode, you against AI, and that's it. This definitely felt like they rushed this out to market as soon as humanly possible to compete with Virtua Fighter. And another thing I'm very impressed with is just the fact that this franchise, Tekken, has lasted 30 years. I mean, there's a lot of game franchises that were at the top of the world, and we don't hear anything about them now. I mean, you look at something like Killzone, okay? Last game came out in 2014. Over 10 years ago. Okay? I mean, it's a dead franchise at this point, which is unfortunate, but I mean, there was a time Killzone was everywhere. Okay, there's so many game franchises that at one point in time they were everywhere, and the fact that Tekken is still coming out with new games to this day is impressive. Hats off to them. So playing the arcade mode, obviously the first few rounds are kind of a breeze, and then the game gets consistently harder and harder and harder. And then the game gets insanely freaking cheap. So like the AI is one of my biggest criticisms of this game, because it's either brain dead stupid or it is the best Olympic level fighting game or you could possibly imagine. There's a few points, like literally I could just spam one move over and over again and take out most of the fighters in arcade mode. Low circle kick, low circle kick. That's it. You just keep doing that and spam that, and it's just a breeze. And then the AI computer in the game, it's like, okay, time to unleash, the Bobby Fischer of fighting games. And then you go up against Lee and Hitachi, and it's just like, what the hell happened? And he's like, okay, maybe I just need to put a little bit more strategy into it. And they just walk all over you. And that's one of the things that really pisses me off about this game is the AI can move 3 times faster than you can. And like, you have someone like quadruple kick you in the face over and over again, and you's like, okay, I'm just going to play as that character and I'm going to learn that move. And you try doing that move and you can kick someone twice in the face, but you can't do that like quadruple kick thing that the AI computer is doing. And it's like the AI computer like just cheats at times. They speed up the character and they just walk all over you, and they move faster than you ever can. And it's just it's like, is this supposed to be fun? Because this doesn't seem like it's fun. I mean, martial law on a later level is just insanely cheap. And then I decide to play as martial art, and I can't move as fast as he can when the AI controlled bot controlling it, and I can't pull off the moves he can because it's just apparently the AI will just cheat at rare times to stop you from winning, and it's like that kind of sucks, Namco. What the hell are you doing? Seriously, I almost threw something fighting Lee. I died like 72 times fighting Lee, trying to get past him. And finally, I was able to get past him. And after him, Hitachi was kind of a breeze, because Lee was just so fucking cheap. I mean, talk about spamming moves over and over again. The AI system spams the same move over and over again. So it's not necessarily terrible that I'm spamming the same move over and over again when the AI bot does that just as well. But like, going back to like how this thing looks graphically, the characters all look like they have like, I don't know, some sort of like skin condition where like they're just bulging in all the wrong places, and the environments feel so freaking barren. I mean, it doesn't help that like the playing environment is super flat. Yeah, the backgrounds kind of look nice, but like the flat plane you're on just does not look great, and it just feels like you're on a spinning disc. And I mean, it's just, the environments don't look that great. The characters don't look that great. This is a very ugly game for 1995, and I was kind of hoping for more. Now, granted, the series does improve over the years, so thankfully it's not going to be like this too much longer in the series. But still, it's just, it's really hard to look at, and like the arcade version had only like a specific amount of features, and like the PlayStation version did get a bunch of unlockable characters, but I didn't enjoy unlocking them because the arcade mode I ultimately felt the arcade mode sucked. And so yeah, after I defeated Hitachi with Kazuha, I unlocked Lee, and it's like, I don't feel like playing through this again as Lee. That's not good when a game makes you not want to play it anymore. And no, it's not because I just need to get better. I've played other fighting games that's like, I want to keep playing this. I've played other Tekken games where I was like, I wanted to keep playing this. So, with all that being said, I don't feel that Tekken 1 is unplayable. There is a specific audience for this game. People who play everything, you know those insane people. People who grew up with this game and have nostalgia for it, and diehard Tekken fans who want to see what the first chapter looked like. If you fall in one of those three categories, then this game is going to be for you. But I don't fall into one of those three categories. And to be fair, my issues with this game are my issues. And because of that, I would probably rate it this. It's just not my particular cup of tea. I do think it's cool that after 30 years, this franchise is still kicking, and that's really cool. But, like, honestly, if you're interested in Tekken and you want a good place to start off, I would not suggest this. This is just kind of like a throwaway, in my opinion. There might be some diehard Tekken fans out there. It's like, no, you have to start off with one. You need to see where the series began. I'm not one of those. So, anyway, that's been my thoughts on the 30th anniversary of Tekken, released on the PlayStation. What did you guys think? Say off in the comments down below. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe and comment and do the galavin. And my name's Christopher Connell with 11 Hour Reviews, and that will be all for today.